Hey, hey! Happy day to you. It's Monday, isn't it? I think so.
What day is it?
What day is it? What day is it?
What day is it?
What day is it? In Austin, you don't know what day it is.
What day are we on?
Oh my goodness, you guys. Okay. Hey. So, if this is your very first video with us, make sure that you click on the subscribe button and that you hit the bell to get notified when we go live again, because it's always awesome and it's always fun and you always grow and you always learn all of the things, you guys. Let me know who you are, where you're from as you're coming in, because all I see are numbers and I would like to know names and things like that. If you do not see a place to comment on this video, make sure that you log into your Google account. Just say log into Facebook. It's going to make you log in with your Google account, and then you'll be able to comment and all of the things. Nora's taking a bath, so. Kimberly, you aren't supposed to have that issue till later in the week. I don't even know what week it is, Kim. So that's the thing. Jennifer from Michigan. Shelly, I sound like a radio announcer. Isn't that dumb? From Michigan. Shelly, hey girl, hey. Kim, hey from Omaha, yes. Janelle, well, hello, miss. Monica, hello. Cynthia, hi there. Brandy, hi. Darlene, it's a bubble bath. It is a bubble bath. We've got our little man here. He's our mascot. Ashley, finally I was waiting and nothing was changing. Oh, with YouTube? I think that's what you mean. Jody, hey Martha, I'm from Northwest Kansas. I met you at beauty school in Kansas City. Oh, how cool, Jody. Were we sitting at the same table? I remember you guys. Jennifer, just got done giving the 3 youngest baths and I'm ready for your words of wisdom. Oh, shucks. Well, let me drink my Ningxia first. But first, Ningxia. Brought to you by Ningxia. Lori, hey girl. Hey. Okay, I'm doing my Ningxia shot real quick. And then what we're talking about is, I'm 2 days ahead on my planner over here. You guys, my life. So, 2 days ahead on my planner. Let me get my actual day in front of me here. Whew. Hotel life, man. Good thing I just basically work out of a planner. I could live in a van down by the river, and as long as I have my planner, I'm pretty much okay, I think. And Mike. I would need Mike in my planner and Nora. And we could be in a van down by the river, right? Yeah. Nora said no. Oh my goodness gracious. Okay, so we're going to talk about how to share in a way that isn't sleazy, okay? And share naturally. That's what one of the questions was. So I'm going through the questions. We're going through the questions that I had on a thread that got 300 questions on them. And then, unfortunately, I wasn't able to answer them. I'm no longer in the group. So I can't answer them. So I'm going to answer them here. Okay, so if you have friends that had questions on there, make sure that they come here so they get the answers, or go into Gold Getters, because that's where this is actually going to live, okay? Okay. Let me see what you guys are saying real quick. We were getting ready to have our beauty pics done right when we got there. Oh, yeah! All right. Yes, I remember. Kim, well, I bought that planner today. That planner is boss. Working to schedule my week tonight. Good for you. Smiles. Kim, baby steps. Yes, amen to that. Danelle, down by the river, took a little walk. brought my cheering days back to me. There you go. Sandy, hey, I'm working, so I will pop in and out. Sounds good. Jennifer, as long as down by the river has good Wi-Fi for these videos. Megan, sometimes it's better than my house. Oh man, my house is so weird with its Wi-Fi. Megan, hey girl, so nice to see you. Good to see you, Megan. Sarah, woohoo, getting back from church just in time. There you go. So here we go. I'm just gonna get right into it. So people wonder how to follow up naturally, or one of the questions was how to follow up naturally. Megan just created landing pages, an entire campaign for our first 28-day challenge. Yes! She's referring to Go for Gold stuff. If you're not in there, get in there. It changes your world completely. If you're finally ready to grow the business that you know that you've been able to grow forever, but have felt stuck, this is what you need. If you don't feel stuck, this isn't what you need. But if you do feel stuck, this is what you need, okay? Let's stop playing around. Sarah, you look adorable with your bear and your comfy clothes, drinking your juice. Need a pic with Nora matching you. Oh, that would be fun. That would be fun. So, okay, how to follow up naturally. So here's what I do, and it's not weird at all. It's not weird at all. I think a lot of people follow up in a way that's like, first of all, they haven't built rapport in the first place. So following up with somebody when you haven't built rapport with them in the first place is a lot like, it's like a salesman that is coming back to you and saying, okay, were you ready to buy? Were you ready to buy? Why didn't you buy yet? Are you ready to buy? Like, was it me? Did I hurt your feelings? Did I, puke on your shoes? What did I do? Like, is it me? And you come in with that energy of like, are you going to do it? Are you going to do it? Are you going to do it? That's if you have not built rapport moving into that part of the conversation, then it's going to feel weird. Okay. Now, how do you build rapport? Well, I may have a conversation cheat sheet that actually builds rapport for you. I may have that. And I may also have something called Convert the Conversation that also does that for you. But really what it is it's making sure that we have their needs down, that we know what they're looking for. And we've had a good conversation before we've made an offer. Okay. Because if we don't know what somebody needs and we don't know, what the solution is that they're looking for, we have no right to make any suggestion about them buying anything, let alone following up with them, right? Because if somebody says, here's the thing, if somebody says, hey, I need a bottle of lavender. Oh, Nora sounds like Darth Vader. What if somebody says like, I need a bottle of lavender, and then you just say, okay, well, yeah, we have a bottle of lavender and it comes in this premium starter kit that's value is like $420, but you only pay $165 for it. First of all, you're a salesperson, okay? And it's not your fault. A lot of people have been told that they need to sell that way, and that's not how I do things, okay? So if you're looking for a different way, hi. That's what we do, is something very different. And I don't know, it's asking people what they need, right? So if somebody says, hey, I need a bottle of lavender, what I would do is I would go through the conversation cheat sheet, but it begins something like, okay, cool, I can help you get that. But before we do that, do you mind if I ask you a couple questions to make sure that lavender is actually what you need? And then you go through the questions, and by the end you can say, okay, cool, so based on what you've just told me, my suggestion would be X, Y, and Z. And if it's in a premium starter kit, that's cool, and if not, then it's not. If it's a basic starter kit and add the other products on, and that's what serves them best, then do that, right? Then do that. Stop thinking you need to sell people premium starter kits in order to get them in the door, because you guys, if you pigeonhole somebody into a premium starter kit and that's not actually what serves them best, it's very likely you're only going to sell them one premium starter kit and they will never buy anything again, because they aren't going to feel safe and they're not going to feel taken care of. They might feel taken advantage of. Okay, so that's something that's immensely important. Okay, you guys. So there's that. Now to the follow-up portion of it. Okay, so say you had done all of the pre-work, all of the conversation to begin with. That's in Conversation Cheat Sheet. If you want to know where that is, it's Go for Gold. It's my course, okay, which is not expensive. It's totally accessible for anybody. So if you've gone through that conversation, then what follow-up looks like, you guys, is say they ghosted you, say they just didn't say anything at all, because that's usually when follow-up is necessary. It's because you were ghosted or because somebody just forgot to respond or whatever. First of all, if you ever get ghosted, then don't take it personally. You don't even want to know how many times my daughter's been watching something on my phone and a message comes through and she taps on it and it looks like I saw it, but I didn't. Okay? So assume positive intent all the way around. That's going to get you far in life anyway. But don't think that people saw a message and are automatically ignoring you. Okay? If you've had a good conversation with them, it's likely they're not going to do that. And if they do, it's okay. So what you do after I set a notification, I use Get Oiling for my CRM, but I set a notifier for 4 days out and say, okay, and whenever I get notified that I need to reach back out to him, I just say, this is a Ray Higdon thing and I really like it. Hey, I've been really busy. I lost track of our conversation. How are things? Like, hey, man, I've been so crazy busy. I totally lost track of our conversation. How are things? You're not saying, so are you getting that kit we talked about? So are you going to spend that money that I was just talking about, right? Like you're not doing that at all, because that's automatically psychologically going to happen in their mind anyway. What you're doing is you're coming back around and you're not directly addressing sales at all. You're just like, hey, how are things? So whenever they say, whenever you say that, they'll either answer you with, oh my gosh, I meant to reach back out to you. That happens. Okay. That happens a lot actually. Or they're still going to ghost you and it totally makes no difference. Or they're just going to let you know how things are and they're not saying anything about YL. Any way you slice it, guys, it doesn't matter. And it doesn't, what is it? 2 to 3% of the people are going to be your low-hanging fruit, are going to be your people that buy the first time that they hear anything. 2 to 3% of people are not that many people, okay? 5% aren't going to do anything ever. But then you've got 93% of the people out there that just need more information, right? So they just need to hear things many different times and maybe have many different conversations with you. So if somebody didn't buy from you the very first time that you had a conversation with them, they are racked up and they are basically just chalk them up to the 93%. 93%. Stop feeling bad about people that don't buy from you the first conversation that you have. That's statistically the average, is most people are not going to buy from you the very first conversation that you have. So you guys, it's okay. It's all right. So it allows us to not be weird going into the next conversations. So then we just say, hey, how are things? And then what I would do is I would wait 30 whole days, set another notification if they didn't respond on the 4-day one. Wait 30 days and come back and say, hey, how are things going? I was just thinking about you. Never, ever talk about sales. And then eventually they're going to come back around to you. And it's just, and I mean, they will or they won't, but it's very likely that keeping that line of communication open, they're still going to. So that's how you follow up and make it natural. But you guys, you have to make sure that you've done the pre-work to make it natural, or else it doesn't. If you tried to sell a kit before you knew what they needed to begin with, and then you follow up with something that's very natural and easy breezy, it's going to feel weird and like a non sequitur to them. So you need to start off the conversation right. So please make sure that you're starting off the conversation right. So my guess is the people that ask the question, they're not in Gold Getters or anything. So my guess is maybe they just don't understand how I do things, and they don't know how to have those conversations. That would be my guess. But yeah. So, okay, that is the answer to that. I want to keep these relatively short, but let me see what you guys are saying here. Sarah, oh, it's weird, but it's amazingness weird, not sleazy weird. Yes. Megan, I absolutely love that you just ask people what they need and not try to upsell them on things they don't need or want. I don't want for them to have things that they don't want. You know, I want them to have an experience that feels very natural to them, that feels very like it's serving them instead of upselling them. We're not selling here, right? Like it was never about selling. Never, never. This is about serving. And do things cost money? Yeah, right. Because things cost money. Okay, like that's if you're looking for a solution, you're going to spend money at Target or you're going to spend money at Young Living. You're spending money any way you slice it. What do you want, right? Like do you want something that's going to work or no? Really, at the end of the day is the question. Darlene, it's super affordable and doesn't require a monthly fee to continue watching and learning and going back. Best money I've spent in 5 years. Oh, wow. Yeah. Sarah, what Darlene said. You guys are talking about Go for Gold, aren't you? And something's getting added to Go for Gold. You have to watch my video that's at 8 o'clock tonight, and I'm going to tell you what's being added to Go for Gold because it's legit. So legit. Kim, doesn't take like 7 to 9 touches to get a yes most of the time. Well, just keep up the conversation. It's 7 to 15. 7 to 15 touches is how many it takes typically to get a yes in sales. Yeah, these days. Kim, I feel bad for a few of I feel bad for a few of those. How do you backtrack with someone that bought a kit that they really haven't touched? This was just a few months ago. Well, okay, so again, whenever we have our conversation with them coming into it, that's a really good question, Kim. I'm glad you asked it. Whenever we have our conversation coming into it, we know what their needs are. So we should be writing that down either in our CRM or if you have a notebook or something like that. I suggest a CRM, but you do you. It's totally fine. You write down what their needs were, so then you can circle back, because if they're not opening up their kit, that means they don't know how to use it because they spent almost $200 to receive a solution. People do not arbitrarily spend $200 on things. They don't. They wanted a solution. So if their kit hasn't really been touched, they don't know what they're doing and they don't know how to use that kit, right? So we need to make sure that we're following up with them. I have a whole follow-up situation that I suggest. It's in Diamond Lane, but it's a whole 90-day system that I have of following up with people, making sure that they have what they need, and then getting them on ER whenever we know that they have what they need. But that's the kind of follow-up that I would be doing with people that have become members. So just reach back out, find out if you don't know why they started in the first place, and help them achieve that solution. That's all they want. We don't have to play guessing games. Ask them. It doesn't need to be weird. Let's just ask them. Brandy, you're asking to go for gold. Oh, I'm not sure what that means. I'm sorry. Sarah, you asked if we were talking about go for gold, and I nodded my head. Yes, Martha. Yes, that's right. I imagined, what's his name from Anchorman? Yes. Yes, that's exactly how I just saw that in my head. Okay. Well, you guys, I am going to pop out of here because in about 10 minutes, I'm going to be going live in the Gold Getters group. And we are going to be talking about how to use the Gold Getters group for this week. We're going to be talking about this week's giveaway. And we're going to be talking about what is being added to Go for Gold either this week or next week. It's going to be good. Sarah, I know my friend Heidi bought a second ticket to re-enroll. Maybe she can speak on that from customer perspective. Oh, wow. That's really good. Okay, you guys, you have a good night, and I will see you again soon in the Go for Gold group, and see you later.